Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening, WAP. Good evening, all the members of WFHR and WAP who are watching right now. Here we have Althea Sagayno with us, joining. She keeps on saying hi, so she's happy to be here. Thank you guys for joining us. We're trying out this schedule, nighttime, and Althea is usually a night owl, so this is perfect for her. If you guys have any questions for either me or Althea, well, first of all, we'd love it if you'd greet us good evening, just to make sure that, well, we also like being greeted, and just to make sure that the technical stuff is working. I see we do have some viewers, so if you did let us know that everything was working fine, just say hi, say good evening. Oh, there we go. We have some people starting to comment, and if you have any questions for us, either me or Thea, then feel free to post them in the comments as well over at WFHR. All right, so tonight we have Althea Tanyola Sagayno with us. It's a really long name. She's the owner. She is the Quirky VA. She has her own blog. Sometimes you see her share her posts over on Work at Home Pinoy's, her very quirky and entertaining posts over there. And she is also an online influencer. And she's just, there's no other way to describe her except from saying she's Thea. She's just so unique, so quirky, and that's her. So Thea, thank you for joining us.
I'm a snowflake. Charot. Thank you pala, Jason, for having me. Hi, guys. Hi. You wanna go comment? Hi, Tita Mary Jane.
So many people are saying hi already. So good evening to everybody. So let's jump right in. You know, it's late. I'm usually asleep at like 10 o'clock. So, and I haven't eaten dinner yet. Well, that's not an excuse, but let's jump right in so we can just get started. So Thea, can you tell us about what you've been freelancing for how many years now?
Almost 3 years.
3 years now. So what were you doing 3 years ago, and how did you transition to becoming a freelancer?
3 years ago, I was in the call center industry. So I was, the last account that I handled was technical support. And when I exited the company, I figured I wanted to stay at home for just a few weeks actually. So a friend of mine from the same company, she chatted me and said, "Oh, saan ka na? Kamusta ka na? Saan ka na ngayon?" Sabi ko, "Ito, hahanap ng work," ganon. So I was in between offers at that time. Tapos ang layo kasi ng mga offers na natatanggap ko kasi I was kind of picky because yung malapit dito, I'm in Fairview, yung malapit dito medyo yung pace, you would understand yung pay scale nila is not as big as kung nasa Makati ka or BGC. And yung parang issue ko noon is malaki nga yung sweldo pero super layo. Ay, sorry. Naman yung truck namin, charot. Yun. So parang ayun, arte-arte ko. Sabi ko, saan ako pupunta ganyan? So she said na ayun, ba't di ka nila mag-home base? Tapos, at first, medyo, ito na naman ba yun? Parang akala ko, power, ganon. Akala ko networking, ganyan. Close kami. So, parang dinirect ko siya, Bex, ano ka ba? Huwag mo na ako yung networking na ganyan. Sabi niya, hindi talaga. So, I trusted her. She referred me to someone na naghahanap ng job opening. It actually did not pan out. Pero while waiting for that, I did my own research. Tapos, join ako ng groups. May mga groups na before So, nag-join ako ng mga groups, nagbabasa ako doon. Pero, mostly talaga, I did Google and YouTube yung ginagawa ko. So, after a month of doing that, I landed the job for, tumataginting na $5.
Wow.
Minus,
on Odesk?
Yes, minus fees pa, so $4.50, di ba? Tapos, pag nag-withdraw ka pa, minus $1 ulit, di ba? kaloka. So after 1 month, nagpakabit ako ng internet noon, nagpabili ako ng computer, ganyan. Pero di naman ako
Wala ka
nawala
bang
na,
computer when you got hired on Odesk?
wala. Wala. Ay, nung na-hire ako, may computer na.
Ah.
So, pero nung nag-start ako, yung nagre-research ako, tapos tinatry kong mag-send out ng proposals, ganun yung parang testing the water. So I was using a very old laptop. So yun, when I decided that I really wanted this, kahit hindi pa ako nakakapag I asked my parents na bilan ako ng computer. Napag-ahalataan yung ginagawa ko dito. Ay, sorry, press release ko pala, meron pala akong pera. Bumili pala ako ng sarili kong computer.
Wala na, nasa recording na to.
Can we edit that? Charot.
Live to.
Pa-delete na lang, Ayun. Pero yun. So, pero, ayun. You can ask my parents, charot, na ako po yung nagpakabit ng internet. Pero ako po yun. Kahit pa paano.
So when you started your journey, you resigned from the call center, and you were just looking for another opportunity. Like you said, the first one didn't work out, and you said you were on Google and YouTube, but you were researching about working online, about freelancing. How long did it take from the time you started researching until you got hired?
A month.
1 month. And what would you say you did in that month in order for you to land that Odesk job?
Read. I didn't do anything but read. Yun lang talaga. Nagbasa. Kasi at that time, there were support groups, but not as supportive as the groups that we have now, like WAP and other groups. More, parang nung pumunta ako sa group na yon, mas sila on experienced people. Parang they just really go there to hang out. So I figured I didn't want to ask yung mga super basic questions. Siguro kasi ganun lang talaga yung personality ko. I don't like, my mom's a teacher kasi. So, ayun. So parang, alam mo yun, pagka nagtatanong ka, kailangan hanapin mo muna yung sagot mag-isa. So, dun ako natuto. Wala, I just read. Kasi walang nun before walang blog na may step-by-step na information na okay, you do this and then this and then this. So it's all parang jumbled information, and then you have to make use of it. You have to make do with the information that you have, and then paminsan-minsan you ask other people. 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Well, when I started then 6 years ago, we had nothing then. So the guys who are starting right now, there's so many resources, including your blog, right? You have your blog. Tell us more about your blog. What's the concept behind the Quirky VA? First of all, how did you come up with the name, the Quirky VA?
It was natural, yung Quirky VA. Kasi, siguro pag nakita mo talaga ako, I'm really quirky. I'm a quirky person. Yun, medyo natural yung pagdating niya. So, hindi ko masyadong inisip. The real reason for the blog is, and there are other VA blogs about freelancing, and I still read those blogs up until now. Haba na nga ng listahan ng mga gusto ko Pero I was looking for something funny. I was looking for something entertaining because everything is inspirational, informative, and they're good. Kaso lang for me, sabi ko, gusto ko yung parang natatawa ko kasi minsan nag-work ka, in my case, at in the wee hours of the morning, tapos antok ka na, you want something na gigisingin ka. Yun. So I started the blog na parang yung mga funny stuff lang that we always talk about. When you're talking with a fellow freelancer na parang nakakatawa yung ganun. So I figured, why isn't anybody blogging about that? Although meron pa minsan-minsan, pero my blog, yung talaga yung parang pinaka-focus is really to entertain people.
And it's a specific niche. In fact, there are some people who have mentioned that your blog is their favorite blog, because I guess they go to my website and then they see all this information. Parang, I like what you said. People are looking for that fun, that energy. Hindi ko kaya yun eh. Boring ako na tao. So I'm good when it comes to educating and informing, pero mga patawa-tawa, I can't do that. So you're filling in that niche. If you guys are looking for something different, and Tamara is asking where can you find the blog, it's the quirkyva.com. Let me just quirkyva.com. So you can visit her blog if you're looking for something different, more lighthearted than the usual blogs out there. All right. So going back to your freelancing journey, Thea. So right now you've been freelancing for 3 years, and what are you currently doing as a freelancer?
Okay. um, I have my own agency. It's a very small agency, guys, and we don't have an opening. Okay.
Disclaimer agad.
Disclaimer, kasi that's the worst thing na we don't have an opening. There's just like 10 of us, and we already have regular clients. So I do that. Aside from my blog, I also have one contract right now. Tapos I also do mostly community management. So yun. I'm managing another community, a smaller community. Aside from that, I'm also creating a community of affiliates for a local client. So those are what I do. And on the side pala, I also do events with with yung events namin with you, you're one of the speakers. Events namin with Liberty, Francis, and Sirikit. So yun. And I'm also an event director for Manila workshops. Tapos, last na to. I'm just gonna go ahead and call myself that. I'm a host for the Vax. I'm a co-host for the Vax. I do that with Val. It's a daily show, FB Live lang naman, that we do. Kind of like yung Quirky VA na parang it's all about fun. So, pero more on, yung kung ano yung makikita mo sa TV, yun sana yung ginagawa namin, nilagay namin sa Facebook Live. Yun.
Nice.
Hindi,
nice.
Wala ba akong masyadong ginagawa? Hindi ako busy.
Ang dami mong ginagawa eh. And you're managing the agency. It's your agency, di ba?
Yes.
So parang you're the head of the agency. So let's start there. How did you transition from an freelancer into like starting your own agency? Did it just, were you thinking about growing the business, or did it just suddenly parang out of nowhere you had to build an agency? Can you walk us through the process?
What happened to me was very funny kasi 1 month in, di ba, yun nga, I think I started September 3 years ago, tapos October meron na akong job, and at the same month, October, I started the agency without really doing any background. I just figured, okay, agency, parang this would be an interesting facet to freelancing. So literally, I just saw a button, tapos pinindot ko siya.
Wow. You didn't think about it. You didn't read about starting an agency. You just saw the button starting agency and clicked it.
May pagkaganon kasi. Parang, ano to? Pindutin ko na siya. And I'll figure out what to do with this. Ganun po. Kaya po talaga quirky. So, yun. So, and pero when I found out what it's about, also okay, so you'll get projects and you can delegate that to other members. I figured I could help a few friends of mine. So the first 2 people that are part of the agency are my elementary friends. So they're my old friends. So yun. Parang I just wanted to transition them to freelancing as well. Kasi at that time I was already getting little projects, pero okay yung pagdating ng projects. So sabi ko, sige, gawin din natin to. And they're not as confident as I am na nag-start ako, even if I was there to support them. So parang gusto nila yung talagang sama-sama kami. So I figured the agency is the best option for us. Pero fast forward, wala na sila sa agency. Pero okay naman po kami. No bridges naman po ang nasunog. So, yung isa po kasi, she already have a business in, I forgot where, Ilocos. And the other one is a nurse. So, na-offeran siya ng contract in Riyadh. So, yun. Tapos, when they, nung nawala na sila, figure, sayang naman yung agency. So, that's when I started looking for other people. Tapos, I learned one step at a time. So, yun. Ginawa ko. Pero,
go ahead.
Sorry. Pero yun, pero I would not recommend that to people na just start it. Kasi, iba na rin kasi yung playing field ngayon eh, like before.
So that was going to be my follow-up question. Would you recommend people whether freelancers start an agency? And you said no. You said iba yung playing field. Can you elaborate more on that?
Iba na yung playing field ngayon because one reason is yung major reason for that I see is if you're going to start an agency on Upwork, you have to consider stuff like the fees, kasi there will be a 20% fees Upwork for new clients, ganon. So you have to consider that. Secondly, the way I see it is yung work na available for people is not that bountiful compared to before. Especially the people that I work with, they're not really yung parang expert level or managerial level. We're more on ad hoc, mga menial tasks. And there's a lot of people that would be there, parang tipong nakaantay doon, parang mga vultures na nakaantay sa bawat job ad. Alam mo yun? So parang para sa akin, if hindi pa sila ganun, they still don't have a clear grasp of freelancing in general, wag muna. Try muna nilang mag-experience muna sa sarili nila. And I'm not saying that because believe ako sa sarili ko. I'm just saying na it has really changed. And the truth is, if yung agency mo just on Upwork like mine, medyo limited na yung available na jobs and clients for us. So we're also thinking of marketing outside Upwork. So that's also something that they should consider, marketing their agencies outside of Upwork. So talagang bonggang inbound marketing, mga ganon. So yun.
Yeah. I've done that din, mga inbound marketing, cold email outreach. It's pretty tough especially when you're starting. So going back about agencies, you said you wouldn't recommend people starting agencies. How about joining agencies? What are your thoughts on, let's say, newer freelancers or even experienced freelancers joining agencies?
Agencies are okay in general, pero siguro if I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Bruno! Charot.
Bruno Mars?
Dapat bahay yun. It's okay. Siguro, ano ba? How do I feel about this? For me, try to think about this. I-assess mo na lang muna nila kung ano yung kailangan nila. If you're a freelancer, experienced freelancer ka na, and you can get jobs by yourself, that's fine. Siguro mag-stick ka na lang doon. If you want to go with an agency kasi, there are a lot of things that you have to think about. One thing is doing your own research. Check mo muna kung maganda yung feedback dun sa agency. Okay ba yung history ng agency in terms of the ibang mga freelancer. Tanong-tanong ka kung okay sila. Kasi with agencies kasi, the way they work is the payment goes to the agency first before the freelancer. And talagang there's a really big loophole there na parang what's stopping them from just running away with your money. So
Yeah.
so that's the number one thing. Pero I'm not discouraging anyone. I have an agency myself. It's just that kumbaga real talk lang na it's happening. So decide if you really want that. For newbies naman, I think na okay ang agencies, especially if the agency is established na, especially on marketplaces. So yun. So magandang pang experience na at least magkaroon sila ng feedback. Kasi major role of agencies in marketplaces such as Upwork is they look for the jobs for you. So kung medyo nahihirapan kayo sa client acquisition, ganyan, fresh from call center, so ang alam lang natin gawin, mag-calls, pero nahihirapan tayong other facets of looking for a project. Going with an agency, with an established agency, would be a good thing. Pero ayun, in any case, make your own research and protect yourself from other people. Like for Upwork, ask muna if you're going to join the agency, magiging exclusive member ka ba? For those who don't know, being an exclusive member of an agency means na every job na pumasok sa profile mo on Upwork, papasok sa agency. Whether or not nag-apply sila for you or ikaw nag-apply nun, sa agency papasok yung contract and yung money. So think about that. Kasi ang daming...
So it's optional.
It is optional. It's optional.
Yeah. So be careful. I guess that's a good piece of advice if you're thinking about joining an agency. And it's like Thea said, I guess it's a balance you have to play. If you're having trouble getting jobs on Upwork, and there's a reputable agency out there who can provide work for you, then it's one option. But you're going to you're going to end up losing a certain percentage of the fee, and especially with the, like they said, the exclusive member.
Yes.
What's that? Exclusive member of the agency. You have to be very careful with that, because that means your entire Upwork future is going to be with the agency. So just some things to take note of if you guys are thinking of working with agencies on Upwork. So we have a couple of newbies here who aren't sure where to start. This is, so if you don't know what we're talking about here, please go to this website, freevacourse.com, so that you can get a free course on how you can get started working online, becoming a freelancer, and earning from home and all that. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, just go to that website and you can sign up there. Okay, so back to your story here, Thea. So right now you're very busy. You're earning from the agency. You're starting affiliates for your client. How much time would you say goes into you managing other people in your agency, and how much time is you actually doing client work?
Actually, I'd say maximum a day would be an hour for the agency, and that's the reason why there's no opening. Because we've been together for 3 years as well, me and my staff. So they know how to work na. They're proactive. Actually, the only real work that I do right now is get the payment and then send it to their BDO accounts. So yun. Kasi I trained them. So yun. I trained them to be proactive. I trained them how to manage themselves. And if they have problems, they go to me lang. If there's problems, they talk to the client, because the way I operate is I'm very transparent. So they know exactly how much comes in and how much I get versus how much they get. So they can freely talk to the client. So usually pag hindi ko na nga alam na may problema na fix na siya, nag-report na, ay, ganito pala yung nangyari. Okay. Ganon. So that's what we do. And the truth is, it's not that active now. We're more on keeping the regular clients that we have. Like I said earlier, we're getting ready to start marketing outside Upwork. So that's what I'm actually kind of busy with. Creating your own website, probably start to build a list, yung mga ganon. So inbound marketing, yung mga, we might also dabble into, cold calling or whatever, just, to get clients in on the agency. And once we get the hang of it, we'll open up the doors for new people so we can help other people start their careers as well. Pero right now, we're still on development mode. Pero yun yung ginagawa namin.
Ako, mga cold calls, ganun. Ginawa din namin yun with my own agency. Cold calls, cold emails. It's tough, but it's a whole nother discussion and a whole another challenge. I won't get into too much detail in this today, but yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I do know it's a whole nother monster. So I'm getting ready for that. So parang ngayon I'm handing off a lot of things to them na parang bahala muna sila dyan while I try to learn the ropes myself. And kasi that's how we work. I try to do it myself first, learn, and then I'll teach them later. Mga ganung bagay. Tapos together we try to figure it out.
Sige.
I sound like our bad boss.
You're just accepting the payments sa clients and then
sila na nag-work, bahala sila doon.
So you're just getting a small percentage. And there's a question, how much is the percentage? I guess, well, you can answer this, Thea.
Mine is 10% actually. 10 to 15%, pero mostly 10.
And this depends on the agency. There are some agencies that charge 20%, some charge 5%. Depends the agency that you work with. The highest I think and your agreement with the agency. The highest I think I've heard is 25%. So that's a pretty big chunk. Have you heard of higher, but yeah?
Yeah, I've heard of parang mas malaki pa yung dumarating sa agency than the freelancer. Yes. PM ko sa'yo.
Sige. Huwag natin yung vulgar. Grabe naman, if it's more than 50%, that's like...
Parang may narinig pa akong half.
Wow. Okay, that's I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on that, but that's surprising.
Comment po.
So in your, you've been freelancing for a little bit over 3 years now. You have an agency. You're, starting to go outside of Upwork. You've done a lot of work. You have pretty good experiences in the past 3 years. What would you say was your biggest challenge in the past 3 years of being a freelancer?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question, Judge. Biggest challenge, ano ba? Time management, siguro. This is my biggest challenge is time management. As you guys can see, I do a lot of things, and that's not really a good thing talaga. It just means na ako yung tipo ng tao na pag may nakita ako, tapos I find it interesting and fun, I'll pick it up. So ang ending, if you're like that, hindi mo tanggap ka ng tanggap, and hindi mo na ma-manage ng maayos yung time mo, chances are may mapapabayaan ka, and that will be a poor client experience. So yun, time management.
And I totally agree with that. Well, one thing I've told Thea is that she can double her rate, and naging coaching. She can double her rate if she's able to focus. She's earning okay naman as a freelance right now, but I know that she can still earn more. She can earn, double if she doesn't have. It's called shiny object syndrome. Like chasing after the next shiny thing. If she doesn't, indulge her shiny object syndrome.
Yun. Ako yun. Ako talaga yun. Hindi ako mag-deny. Pagka shiny po talaga, if it's interesting, ay, ano yan, ganyan. So I ended up because I'm a VA, no? So I ended up knowing a lot of things, which is kind of okay, which is good actually. But I never go from basic to intermediate to expert level. So, yun nga, when I met you and John and you started talking about niching down, na parang shoot. Wait. Ang dami. Ganyan. So yun. So actually that was a struggle. That was a very big struggle. And until now actually. Pero I found what I'm really good at and what I really enjoy, which is community management. So I'm getting ready for something in the future. Ayan na
Nice,
naman ako.
nice. Focus on that for at least 6 months, huh? Pag you're not supposed to change that within in the next 6 months. If you do, wala na.
Although yeah, and actually that's my number one my number one um evidence, proof na it's for me. Kasi I've been managing other communities for more than a year. So hindi ako nagsawa sa kanya. And enjoy ako sa kanya. So I think yun talaga ako. So yun. I'm lalang. I'm doing a few things on the side, pero what I do now kasi is I try to prioritize. And then I think about saan ba yung mas madaling abutin in terms of, yung time. So right now I'm focusing on the agency because I think ito yung mas madaling gawin and would parang mas magbe-bear siya ng fruit right away than, other stuff that I want, like the ebook, like the ganito, the ganyan, which would take time and
Uh-oh.
effort. So,
And I forgot where I heard this, where there's a saying, like with your efforts, it's something like only, and I forgot the exact percentages, parang you should focus like 30% on parang long-term efforts. So that's like learning new skills for the longer term, and then like 20% on short-term efforts, which is making sure that you have money coming in, even though it's less, money coming in, and then the rest, parang 50% on like medium-term efforts, like within within the next 6 months to a year, these will parang blossom and grow. So I forgot where I've heard that.
I've heard that as well. Pero I think a lot of people have, sa mga management na project management as well and goal setting ng mga books kasi I like reading those. So I think something could be sa lean.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, it's in one of those books. And one thing I want to point out with what Thea mentioned is that what she found, she has shiny object syndrome, which is very common. Speaking from my own experience, I've done a lot of things. I've tried to start a number of agencies. Like some of them didn't work out, some of them have. But the way she found her niche right now, she says that she wants to focus more on community management, and the way that she found that out is because she realized that I've been doing this for more than a year. As a person, who has shiny object syndrome or parang ADD, that's a significant thing. Na, I've been doing this for a year na pala, and it hasn't seemed so long. I've been enjoying it. And for some people, that's how you can find, what your specialty, your niche. Because if you do something, you see na, there are lots of freelancers right now going into parang Facebook ads. And it's not something that you really like. If it's not your passion, then you're eventually going to get bored of it. You're going to end up moving on. So that's, what's happened to me. It's probably happened to Thea. And happened to so many freelancers. But if you find that thing that you've stuck with, that you didn't get bored with, that you're having fun with, and you're passionate about, try to focus on that more as your niche, because you can keep growing that rather than, like what Thea said, transferring from one thing to another, let's say from SEO to writing to Facebook ads to, VA work to bookkeeping. And then you just stay on the beginner level kasi palipat-lipat ka lang. But if you build on one thing that you're passionate about, you can stay there for like a year. That's when you can grow your skill sets. That's when you can really double your rates, triple your rates, and so on. So something that I want you guys to take note of. There's a question here from Anna. Oh, did you have anything to add to that, Thea?
Yeah, that's perfect. And siguro, another thing is that sa ating freelancers, we really look at, and that's not a bad thing. Your money, your eyes is on the money. That's fine. But don't let the market or the trend make a decision for you. Kaya, parang yun lang kasi. Parang,
Oh.
we always get that eh. Ano po ba yung pwede kong gawin na work na madali akong matanggap? And the answer that I always come up with is, don't ask the market. Ask yourself. Start with what you already can do, rather
Because the market
than
will change. Yeah.
the market change like
No.
all the time, diba?
Yeah. Sige, sige. There's a question here from Anna Sorviano. Hi, Miss Quirky. Ang bilis mong na-hire at ang bilis mo ng progress mo. Ano yung mga qualities mo na nakatulong sa'yo para ma-hire agad at maging successful agad?
Yung buhok ko po. Magpa-highlights ka, Bex. Tapos magpakulot ka. Charot. Ano, I don't, actually, I don't know. Siguro because I'm like this, I always do well in interviews. Not like yung mga FB Live interviews, but yung interviews with clients. I always do well in client interviews. And siguro yon, I'm very maboka. And hindi kasi ako nahihiya na magsabi na, ay, sorry, hindi ko to alam. Sorry, di ako masyadong magaling dyan. Ganon. So, I tell the client outright, pero hinahaluan ka ng konting, fake it to make it. So, kasi ko madiskarte. Like, when I was starting up, they were looking for people who are experienced on specific software, like Zendesk. Ano ba, alam ko dun, di ba? Mga, Infusionsoft, ganon, WordPress. So, sabi nila, just nakalagay doon, we're not looking for experts. We just want someone who can log in and do this kind of stuff. And we have instructions. So, what I did there was, pumunta ako ng mga websites na yun. I went to Zendesk, I went to WordPress, went to Infusionsoft, mga ganon, MailChimp. I started signing up, tapos kinuha ko lang yung yung mga free
Trials.
Free trial, just so I can go in and click stuff and, okay, what's this about? Oh, okay, so that's how you post. So that's how you put stuff in here. And then I'll go back to the job ad and I'll tell, I have basic experience. I'm sorry. Paghahalataan talaga ako dito. Yeah. So yun. Ganun ang ginawa ko before. So that's how I got hired. Kasi, ayun, I found out confidence. Walang kayang confidence. Kasi if you don't give it to me, yung parang di mo ako bibigyan ng experience, I'm not gonna sit there and feel sorry for myself and mope around and tell people, di ko siya makuha. Paano ako ma-hire kung wala akong experience? Pero di ako makaka-experience kung di ako ma-hire. Yung ganon. Deadlock. I'll go out and do it myself. I'll go out and get it myself. I'll go out and do something about it. Ganon.
Yeah, and we hear that a lot, diba, from mga newbies na, wala akong experience, I don't know how to do that. And I've even seen it in interviews na when the client asks, do you have experience in, let's say, MailChimp? And then, like, the freelancer would respond, no. Yun lang. You're not going to get hired if that's how you respond to the clients. Yeah, you can get like what Thea said, you can get the experience. It's not, you're not necessarily lying to the client, because you log in, you create an account, you play around with it, maybe you watch some tutorials, just for you to get that experience. And that when you can tell the client that you have basic experience in that skill. So that's part of being flexible when it comes to as a freelancer, you have to be flexible in order to succeed, and that's part of being flexible. Another thing that they also pointed out, and other people have noticed in the comments here, is that Thea is very confident. You're very confident. You're very comfortable with telling clients, talking to clients. I guess more comfort than confidence is parang that's higher up. You're not afraid to, like they said, tell clients that you don't know something. You're not afraid to communicate with clients, and that's very important. Kasi yung culture natin, and I think I went over this, we talked about this with Emma's interview, who's also somebody who's very successful right now. It's about communication with the clients. In
Yes.
our culture, we're used to, not, parang mahiyain, we don't want to speak up to our superiors kasi it's a sign of weakness. But in order for us to succeed, we have to break that cultural mold and go beyond that.
Yeah. Oo. I'm not afraid to build a relationship, a professional relationship with the client. And actually, thank you for pointing that out. Communication is one of the things that I get really hired for. I always get that comment from clients. Na I really like how you sent that application. You sound like someone that I can talk to. You sound like a nice person. That's always the comments that I get. Yung ganon, because daw parang I don't know, kasi inviting daw ako, ganon, the way I do my cover letter, the way I send emails out, it's professional. Wala naman akong jokes doon. I don't use smileys until maging friends kami ng client. But that's one thing that I can say na you guys should really think about is communication. And not just English. It's actually about showing the client that you're personable. That you're personable. Ayun, personable ka. Yun, siguro. Naguluhan ako.
And if you're comfortable with the client, then that comes out naturally. It's different. It's kind of hard to fake it. To fake being comfortable. For some people, because they're not by their own nature, they don't like talking to other people. They don't like relating with other people, and it comes out during the client interviews, in the cover letters, and so on. So, if that's one of your struggles as a freelancer, then just in everyday life you can practice, you can reach out, be more comfortable with people, and you can be more comfortable with clients as well. Just like Thea said, it's not even so much the English, but just your own personality that will shine in that sense. So there are a couple of questions here, Thea. Like, how do you find an agency if you're a freelancer in Upwork or in other platforms?
Actually, they find you. Most of the time, they post ads on Facebook. That's the major thing. To look for local agencies, they post ad on Facebook. Kasi sometimes they don't say na agency, akala mo client yung in-applyan mo, pero agency pala yun. So, majorly nasa group sila yung mga nagpo-post. Pero in terms of looking for them within the platform, as of now, there's no directory on Upwork when you're looking for a specific agency. So yun.
But there are if for specific niches, there are really agencies but this is for more technical stuff, for programmers, for web developers. There are a lot of US-based agencies that are harder to get into if you're not US-based. But they if you look for like web development agencies, and then you're going to find them. Okay, let me check these. So there's a lot of thanks regarding the tips. Let me see if we have any other questions. I'm kind of confused with this question. Baka kasi Tagalog, Bisaya ako, so I don't Tagalog's not my native tongue. Paano po kayo nag-nichify ng skills nyo para doon mag-focus, Miss Thea?
How did I find my niche?
Oh, okay. We kind of covered that a little bit, but yeah, go ahead.
Pero yun, um, it was funny because when I realized that it was my niche, it was actually staring me in the face for the longest time and I didn't see it. Yun yang, which is community management. For me po, I decided that was my niche because hindi ako nagsawa sa kanya. So, you can decide for your niche, depende sa personality mo. Pwedeng yung niche mo is actually the work that you're doing right now. For example, kailangan mo lang siyang specify. So you're already niching it down if you specify. For example, social media marketing. Social media marketing in general is Facebook, Instagram, ganyan. But if you want to niche down, you can be a Facebook ads expert for startups or Facebook ads expert for this kind of company. Yun, that's already niching it down. So try to figure out what you're good at or what you really like. Ako kasi I'm really big on, because this is my personality and I know myself, I'm really big on what I enjoy. Kasi pag hindi na ako nag-enjoy, even if I'm really effective at it, hindi ko na siya gagawin. Which is a bad thing about it.
And it's human nature that happens. And this is very timely actually, Thea, because right now there's in the master class that I'm having, the Road to 100K, we're talking about niches, pareho lang yun. And there are people like having their calls right now with their groups and talking about these. We have an activity that's worth, for some people, they spent like 6-7 hours just doing the niching activity, finding out what their niches. And it's okay. I'll keep quiet na. Sige. Tahimik na. They didn't see that. We're finding that it's very important for those that want to go to the next level of their freelance career. For those that want to charge higher rates, I'd say if you're trying to break above like $20 an hour, if you're trying to reach that level or go higher to that level, then you really need to niche down and find out that specific specialization that's for you. Okay, it doesn't seem, let's see, I don't think we have any further questions. There's self-motivated and resourceful. That's what Virginia Cuevas said. Here we go.
Thanks, girl.
Christian has realized that communication is very important. So your sharing has been very useful to all our listeners today. Let's see, what other questions do we have here? Well, there's this question. It's a pretty basic question, but which one is the best website when it comes to hiring? I guess to finding online jobs is the question.
Actually, we've been talking about that. For now, kasi the king of freelance marketplaces is still Upwork. Mm-hmm. The sheer number of job posts alone is, diba, compared to other marketplaces. Pero don't take that as word of as religion na Upwork lang. And this was one of my biggest mistakes within the 3 years was I heavily focused on Upwork, which actually later ko na na-realize na meron palang ibang pwedeng pagkukunan ng work. And by that time, I was already parang masyado na akong comfortable dun sa ginagawa ko with Upwork. So yun, find other websites. There are a lot of websites out there. Yun, research. Actually, one platform that I would like to parang gusto ko lang bagitin is Crossover. I'm using that platform now. And these are for experienced freelancers na they you know what you're doing, you know your mojo, you already have a sterling reputation, you have a really awesome portfolio, head on over to Crossover because the lowest job ad that I found on Crossover was $10 an hour.
Okay.
So,
That's decent.
yeah, doon ako nakakita ng $200 an hour for digital marketing specialist. Naloka ako. So, yun. Pero ano,
Nice.
yung
So
for newbies,
crossover. I haven't heard of that. I'll check that out later. Okay. So there's another question here. Miss Quirky asks ko lang, di ba there's a choice, even if you're an agency, you can submit proposals as a freelancer? It's a,
even if you're an engineer, you can, yes, if you're on Upwork, tapos nasa agency ka, pag nag-apply ka ng job, you can choose to apply within the agency or as yourself. But yun yung sinasabi ko kanina, if you're an exclusive member of the agency, you don't get that option. It's automatic within an agency.
okay, yeah. So just take note of the rules within agencies. So Karen has been asking this, how to increase freelance rate.
How did I increase my rates? What I did then was, kasi the nature of the jobs that I had before was parang fixed. It's not long term. I wasn't taking long term contracts before when I was starting out because of my personality. I didn't want something na matatie down ako kasi nga meron nga akong shiny objects syndrome, obviously. So what I did was, after jumping from one project and I learned how to do that project, the next project would be on a higher rate. So unti-unti. May times na babalik ako pero I try na next project tataasan ko na siya. And by doing that, I stacked up on knowledge, I stacked up on skills. So yun yung parang naging advantage ko, and sometimes sometimes kapalan lang talaga ng mukha. Kapalan ng face. Oo. Yung pag nakita ko yung kasama ko or someone who's also applying for the job for like $5 an hour, I would charge higher. Tapos pag tinanong ko ng client, sabi niya, actually, I have someone here who's around this rate, which is totally awesome. Okay lang yung $5 ang ganda na nun. I would answer back with, well, you're paying more because I'm efficient, because I focus on quality, because I'm awesome. Ganon. Ganon. Minsan kapal lang po talaga ng mukha.
I totally agree. I've been there. I've continually increased my rates, and yeah, with more experience, you gain more confidence. You just keep moving up, and then once you can find that specialty, that niche, that's another level that you jump up. So, as you gain more experience, as you gain more feedback, you will be able to increase your rate. It's one of the things, though, yeah, that's important is just do good work for your clients, and your rates can slowly increase.
Yes.
Of course, if you get bad feedback, then parang it's kind of hard to increase your rates.
Yes.
That's a bit tougher.
Yun din siguro, I never burn bridges or tapos, kasi I like impressing people. So, I like to impress my clients. So, kunwari, may deadline siya ng Tuesday, ganyan. Gagawin ko lahat para mapasa ko siya ng Monday. Kahit walang bonus, I'm not looking for the bonus. Gusto ko lang talagang, gusto ko lang talagang matuwa si client. So, that's one thing that I always do.
So, if you over delivering to your clients, that pretty much guarantees you get good rates, good reviews, and those are very important if you're looking to increase your rate, especially on marketplaces such as Upwork. So we're closing out. It seems like we've gone through all of the questions. Do you have any final advice for newbie and existing freelancers?
For newbies, it's number one, research. You can get all the support that you can from Jason, from Jason's group. They have awesome admins, they have awesome content. But at the end of the day, whether or not you paid for the course, at the end of the day, it's you helping you. Um, what what they provide, what people like us provide, the support that we have, it's just support. It's just there for you to. It's like giving you materials, 'di ba? Parang karpentero 'yan eh. We're just giving you the hammer, we're just giving you the nails, pero ikaw pa rin magpupukpok niyan. So 'yun. So sa newbies ganun eh. It's you have to do your own research. Kailangan magtiyaga ka. If you got the course, or if you have an ebook, you bought an ebook, ganun. I always get that. I bought an ebook from this mentor, ganyan, and it didn't help me. And parang tinapos mo ba? Did you do the stuff? Did you apply the thing? Yun. So yun. At the end of the day, it's you helping you, and you promise. Everything has changed compared to when I was starting out. The support now is staggering compared to like a few years ago. Sobra. So make use of that. There is a lot of stuff out there that you can use. Pero kailangan nyo magtiyaga, kailangan nyo mag-research. Yun.
Okay. And how about for experienced freelancers?
Experienced freelancers, confidence. Confidence ang is something that because you and I and Mommy and other mentors and other influencers or community managers, we can tell them how to do stuff. We can help them. We can help you hone your skills, whatever you have. But attitude, professionalism, and confidence, it doesn't come from us. So yun lang. So be confident. Kasi I've met awesome people na there was this one guy from Cebu. When I was working with a tech startup in California. So what I was doing was I was building his company's customer service department from ground up. So I was his specialist. And I was charging around sa double digits. So since nasa development stages yun, actually wala akong ginagawa. So what I would do para lang may gawin ako, I would talk to the developers and ask them, oh, ano ba to? Ano yan, ganyan. So one of the main developers, I would say around, siguro siya yung number 2 sa developers. Sabi niya, taga Cebu ka pala ma'am, ganyan. So we kind of chatted sa Skype. So magkano rate mo kay ganito? Sabi ko, ganyan. So, and I found out that he's being paid $8 an hour as one of the number 2 developers of the company. Ako, customer service lang ginagawa ko. So yun. And he's really good at his stuff. He can do anything. Ang galing-galing niya. He's very professional. Pero, kung tinanong ko siya, why aren't you increasing your rates? Kasi hindi siya confident na maka-hire siya for the rates that he has. So yun, konting believe sa sarili guys, kasi we can do that. The work that we do for our clients are top level, world class level. So yun, try nyo lang. Try nyo lang. So yun. Confidence. And
yeah, just reiterating what they are saying. We can, with our mentors, there are, courses, there are ebooks, there are so many things, both for experienced and new freelancers. I've told this to my masterclass students as well. This is just the 20% of what you need. The 80% is really going to come from you applying your learnings, you practicing, and you putting in the effort. Because all these learnings is just a small portion, but because if you don't use it, it's all going to be useless. So there's the blogs. Thea has her own blog once again, thequirkyva.com. Let me just type that out. for those that don't know how to spell it, the quirkyva.com. There we go. You can visit that blog, get her inspiration and more of her fun blog posts there that can, just brighten up your day. We also have my own blog, which is not as fun. It's more focused on education, so
Yes.
not as bubbly and quirky. But
Actually,
you
pag may
can get a lot.
hinahanap ako through your blog, meron bang nilagay si Jason dito tungkol to?
Um, I don't usually put it. Iba yung, and we're still working on some of the things there. But yeah, we don't usually put it, put that stuff. Yeah, we should. Anyway, yeah, you can get the information there. Thank you once again, Thea. You've provided a lot of great information, and I'm sure you've influenced and inspired both existing and new freelancers. And we'll be sure to visit your blog. And everybody, thanks for joining us. Everybody who joined us live, and you guys have a good evening, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.